The US economy is performing well by many traditional measures. Job growth remains steady, inflation is down from its peak, and the stock market has largely rebounded. You'd think these factors would create optimism among the public, right? Yet, despite the seemingly solid economic footing, polls show that many voters feel uneasy, frustrated, and even pessimistic about the current state of affairs. The big question is, why? What is it that's causing this disconnect between economic data and voter sentiment? One of the key reasons is inflation. While inflation has cooled from the highs we saw in 2022, many people still feel the sting of higher prices. Food, rent, and gas may not be rising as sharply as before, but they are still elevated compared to pre-pandemic levels. Many families are still adjusting to the new normal of higher costs, and this creates anxiety. When people see their grocery bills double and rent continue to rise, the sense of relief that inflation is no longer skyrocketing is lost. Then there's the issue of wages. Yes, wage growth has accelerated, especially for lower-income workers, but the truth is that many people feel like their paychecks aren't keeping up with the cost of living. When inflation eats into any wage gains, people are left wondering why they don't feel better off. Even with strong employment numbers and low unemployment rates, wage stagnation continues to be a pain point for many Americans. Another factor contributing to voter gloom is housing affordability. The pandemic-era boom in housing prices has left many potential homebuyers feeling priced out. Mortgage rates have soared to their highest levels in over a decade, and the limited supply of housing has driven up costs. For millennials and Gen Z in particular, owning a home feels increasingly out of reach. The dream of home ownership, a hallmark of the American dream, feels like it's slipping away for many young adults. Even those who have managed to purchase homes are grappling with hefty mortgage payments, which can be a source of financial stress. And let's not forget the cost of healthcare, which remains a top concern for many voters. Even with job-based health insurance, deductibles and out-of-pocket costs are rising. Medical debt remains a major burden for millions of Americans. And even those who aren't currently facing health issues live with the fear that a medical emergency could lead to financial ruin. This constant worry takes a toll on people's perception of economic stability. There's also the broader uncertainty around the economy. Headlines about potential recessions, global instability, and political gridlock don't exactly inspire confidence. Even if the current economic numbers are positive, people are understandably anxious about the future. Will another recession hit soon? Will inflation spike again? Will geopolitical tensions lead to higher energy costs? These uncertainties weigh heavily on voters' minds, and they can shape public sentiment in profound ways. Additionally, there's a widening gap between the stock market and Main Street. While the stock market has been on an upswing, benefiting investors and corporate profits, many average Americans don't feel the benefits. Stock market gains are often concentrated among the wealthiest individuals and those with significant retirement savings or investment portfolios. For the majority of Americans who may not be heavily invested in the market, these gains feel abstract and disconnected from their daily financial struggles. Furthermore, social media and the 24-hour news cycle amplify these concerns. People are constantly bombarded with negative headlines about the economy, politics, and global events. While the numbers may show one picture, the perception can be vastly different when you're hearing about layoffs in the tech sector or rising tensions abroad. This constant flood of information can create a sense of doom and gloom, even if, statistically speaking, things aren't that bad. So, despite solid economic indicators, voters are feeling gloomy for a variety of reasons. Higher living costs, healthcare expenses, student loan burdens, housing challenges, and uncertainty about the future all contribute to this sentiment. While the economy might look good on paper, for many Americans, the day-to-day reality feels much more difficult. So, what happens next? Will the public mood shift if inflation continues to ease and wages rise further? Or will deeper systemic issues continue to drive voter frustration? As we head into election season, these questions are more important than ever. And who knows? Maybe the real mystery isn't why voters are gloomy, but why the economy is solid. Could there be a twist in the story waiting to unfold? You'll have to stick around to find out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because you won't want to miss what we uncover next.